Win big at Fountain Acura. Precision crafted performance.
Welcome to Sin City, ladies and gentlemen. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada. The hometown Las Vegas Fury going to play host to the Indianapolis Spitfire. Two teams trying to keep their heads afloat here in the playoff race. My name is Eric Vincent alongside Charles Doherty here tonight. And we've got EJ DeHue on stats. And Charles, both these teams, they're kind of fighting tooth and nail to keep themselves in the playoff race.
Well, Las Vegas is at 4-4 right now, and they are definitely in the thick of it for a wild card. Indianapolis is at 2-6. I'm not sure if they're on the radar, but last week they had a pretty good game. I actually had an opportunity to talk to both coaches before the game. On the Indianapolis side, Alan basically told me that he's had to go through a lot of transition on his team, both from a roster standpoint, from a management standpoint. His team's focus is basically to know what they're about and get on track for the rest of the season. On the other side, on Las Vegas, I talked to John Bond. He said that he's really hoping his defense can show up tonight. If they do, he thinks it's going to be a close game, but he's really confident that they're going to pull it out.
And looks like Spitfire are going to get the coin toss there. They're going to elect to receive to start things off. And we will get things set up. We will pause for station identification. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music. We are live on YouTube. Drew come out for his first snap of the ball game.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be expecting a lot of runs tonight, Eric.
This team does love to throw the ball. Drew's going to throw it towards the near sideline. That is caught. Jet Christie with his first catch. And
yeah, nice outplay to Jet Christie. Nice way to start off the game, get some confidence for the quarterback, and get the offense moving.
So 2nd and 5 now after the 5-yard gain there to Christie. Just stepped out of bounds. Free play as Keith Swearingen gets his first handoff of the ball game. He goes nowhere. So Indianapolis.
Nice stop on the line by that Las Vegas defense. Looks like number 92 brought him down.
Neutral zone infraction. Number 74. Defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And neutral zone infraction on the defense. That's our first MeUndies laundry on the field.
So it looks like a first down for Indianapolis after the penalty.
And a hand off to Keith Swearingen right up the middle. He will only get a couple. And on the first down, he gets a gain of 1. MeUndies are the world's most comfortable underwear. Visit MeUndies.com/simulationFL for 15% off your first purchase, which will help support the SFL through our partnership. Give the gift of comfort with a 100% satisfaction guaranteed, free shipping and returns. Signature soft and stretchy MeUndies. So 2nd and 9 from the 32. Handoff again to Swearingen, and Swearingen is going to plow ahead out to the 36-yard line, where it will be 3rd and 4 coming up for the Spitfire.
Yeah, that was a nice run. They're at a manageable 3rd and 4. Again, I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of runs tonight, but when they do run, it's very effective with Swearingen.
So a 3rd and 4 from the 36. Drew is going to throw. He's got time. He'll throw it over the middle. Nice presence there by the wide receiver to make the catch over the middle. That's going to be a first down, moving the sticks.
Yeah, that was a nice route run by Farrell. First down for Indianapolis. They're moving the chains. Looks like they got the defense of the Fury on their heels.
So 1st and 10 now from the 44-yard line. Hand off to Swearingen, who plows through the first tackler, not the second, and he'll get dragged to the turf at about the 47-yard line, close to midfield already for the Spitfire.
I'm really looking forward to seeing what Mike Johnson does at the defensive tackle position tonight for the Fury. He's a beast. He's got great stats. I think he's the number 4 tackler in his position for the league. Excuse me, all-time tackler as a defensive tackle.
Forward wide receivers for Drew. Drew's in trouble. He'll throw to the far sideline and almost had more trouble there as he could have thrown a pick, falling incomplete. It's 3rd and 7 coming up here. We'll quickly get to the rest of the Fury defense. Abner St. John, Merrick Itera, Thomas Rahman Jr., Anthony Wayo, and Max Jackson all into the defensive front there, Charles.
Yeah, that was a dangerous pass there, like you were saying. If that would have been picked off, it would have been an easy 6.
Bunch of wide receivers towards the bottom of the screen there on this 3rd and 7. Drew, time, throws it over the middle into coverage, but it's caught. And that was a good catch there again by Jet Christie, moving the sticks again.
Great pass in the middle, move the chains. 6'4", 220 pounds rookie. He's got 4 touchdowns this season. Let's see if he can get another one tonight.
Hunter Jones, Trevor Farrell, who had a catch earlier, and Dan Daly, the rest of the receivers, to wrap up this Spitfire offense. 1st and 10 from the 43 of Vegas. Drew to throw. He's got a man open this time on the far sideline and did get the feet in bounds. It'll be 2nd and 6 on a gain of 4.
Oh, that was close. It looks like they're going to give it to him. Maybe we'll see a challenge here, but that was a close catch there on the sidelines.
There's definitely some toe drag swag there as we get a look at the lovely stadium here in Sin City. And Charles, we didn't cover this, but we do believe this is the first ever meeting between these two teams. So please let us know if we're wrong in the chat. But according to our stats and everything, this is the first ever meeting between these two squads. And hopefully we'll get a good one here with playoff positioning on the line as Jet Christie gets another catch. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 37 coming up.
Yep, manageable 3rd and 4. Moving the chain, moving the ball down the field, getting some confidence on the offense. Again, the defense needs to step up here because they're getting close to the red zone.
Drew takes the snap. He'll throw it to the far sideline. Throws it a little too far out of bounds, though. And Trevor Farrell couldn't reel that one in. It's going to be a 4th down coming up. We'll see a field goal attempt by Adam Vinchek.
Always watching a field goal with a non... Oh, there we got a challenge.
Ooh, we're going to have a Harry's close shave, close call challenge here. Referee 62 is going to go under the hood, and we will do the same here. Charles, what did you see?
Well, it looks pretty close from my vantage point. Again, I didn't see the replay. It looks like he was out of bounds, but let's see here. Oh, that was close. I think they'll give it to him, but I think it could go either way.
The play stands. The pass was incomplete.
Yeah, play is going to stand on the field, so Indy's going to lose a timeout on the first challenge of the ball game. First Harry's close shave, close call challenge. And it will remain 4th and 4. And we will still see the field goal unit for Indy.
Well, so I'm 0 for 1 on my predictions, Eric. If you're keeping track at home.
That's all right. I'm 0 for 1 on thinking the field goal unit was coming out on the field. Apparently it's the punt unit. Good snap. They'll try and pin him back deep. Will Indy. Ball's going to bounce right about the 10-yard line, trickle down to about the 5. And that is where Indy is going to kill it right at the 5-yard line. Great punt there. And we've got a word from Harry's. From shave sets to handles, Harry's provides quality craftsmanship. Made in Germany, we make Harry's products from the finest materials and ingredients to ensure they perform as well as they possibly can. Use the coupon code SIMULATIONFL at purchase from Harry's.com. A portion of your purchase supports the SFL, Harry's official razor of the SFL. Now 1st and 10 from the 5, and we'll see the Vegas Fury offense to start things off. That's Redford getting a catch out of the backfield there from Thomas Rahman, and that's going to be a good gain of 6 there on second. Excuse me, that was Crow, one of the fullbacks there, getting the gain of 6.
Yeah, I had to do a double take there. I thought it was Redford at the beginning, but nice conservative pass out of the backfield. Move the chains, get them out of the dangerous deep in their own territory position.
Rahman this time will hand off to Redford. Man, does he have a burst of speed. He's going to get just enough to move the sticks for the first first down for the Fury tonight.
Yeah, that was a good run by Redford. A nice hole. He read it up the middle right. Good for about, what did he get, about 6 yards on that one, Eric?
Yep, definitely about 6 yards or so. So 1st and 10 now from the 15, just enough to move the sticks. Rahman's going to throw. He's going to swing it out again. Plenty of room, throwing a stiff arm, and again, a good chunk of yardage there. This time it is Redford coming out of the backfield, and he will get 8 on 1st down.
Yeah, nice swing pass out to Redford. Looks like it caught the defense on its heels. They stopped him before he got a 1st down, but again, they're moving the ball down the field and getting some confidence with their offense.
So we get a look at this Vegas Fury offense. We mentioned Thomas Rahman, Robert Redford running the football in the backfield there. Brett Funk and John Blades, the wide receivers for the Fury. And we'll get a look at the Spitfire defense here in a hot second as Redford gets a handoff. Following blockers will get through the 1st defender, not the 2nd. And that 2nd defender is Peyton Ellison, who makes the stop shy of the 1st down marker.
Yeah, that was a tough run on the left side. The defense was ready for it, though. Let's see if they can hold on 3rd and 1.
Brandon Hated, inside linebacker. Von Sanook, the other corner. Johnny Bravo, the other corner as well. Peyton Ellison, we mentioned. Steve Attack and Paul Connolly, the safeties. We will see more MeUndies laundry on the field here as Redford gets enough for the 1st down, but we'll see what the penalty marker is all about.
Did you see him jump? I don't know if I saw anything before the...
Oh, no.
Okay.
Not the clipping.
Oh,
Not the clipping.
Takes a nice run and just takes it off the board, moves him back. Makes it a difficult 3rd and 11.
And referee 62 has had these type of things where they call the clipping. It's not really there, allegedly.
The dreaded 62.
Yes. Controversies was the word I was looking for. Good grief.
I'm looking forward to seeing how they use Funk as wide receiver. I believe he was player of the game last week. See how he steps up for this week.
Well, 3rd and 11 there. That's certainly not what I would have called on 3rd and 11, but Redford will lose a yard. He'll go backwards, and James Dunn was the guy who ushered him backwards. And it's going to be 4th and 13 coming up, and looks like Indy's going to get decent field position here on the end of this punt.
Yep, definitely. But McRack is a pretty decent punter. I think he'll be able to hopefully get him on the other side of the 50.
Absolutely. Dustin McRack, the star punter here for the Fury. And he boots it. He's got a good leg on that one.
What a kick.
And
that's the way to get him out of trouble.
Absolutely. That gets him out to the 40. The return will get him to the 46-yard line. And that is where they'll take over. So decent field position here still for the Spitfire, but not quite as good as we thought we were going to give them.
Yeah, they're punching each other back and forth. We're waiting for a knockout here. Let's see if they can get some points on the board in this drive.
First and 10 from the Indy 46. Drew to throw. Pressure coming. He'll throw it over the middle, and that's caught. Hunter Jones with the catch, and they'll mark him right at midfield for a 2nd and 6.
Yeah, gets him on midfield, 2nd and 6. Nice catch there by Jones. Let's see if they surprise him with a run on this play.
Drew to throw again. This time it's a check down, and he's got Swearingen. Swearingen smartly following blockers and then bouncing it back out to the outside, and he'll get extra yardage for his efforts out to the Vegas 39-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, you got to get the ball to Swearingen, feed him. It shows. You got a 1st down on this with a nice out pass. runs down the sideline. It doesn't look like he was touched until he was at 10 yards at least.
And again, just key for Swearingen there to run back to the inside, set up his blocks, and then once his blocks are in front of him, bounce it right back out, getting about 5 or 6 extra on that play. Now 1st and 10 from the 39. Drew hands off to Swearingen this time, and he meets a wall of defenders right there about 4 yards past the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, not a bad run on 1st down. You know, looks like they've been passing a lot. It's good to keep the defense on their heels. So let's see what they do on 2nd and 6.
Handoff again to Swearingen. Good holes up front there, and he gets right up to the 1st down marker. They'll mark him just shy, and he'll be marked at the 29-yard line, 3rd, and we'll call it a chest hair.
Yeah, Swearingen's really stepping it up. He had a good run on that play. Looks like he wasn't touched until he hit the 1st down marker.
And I've been able to call a couple of the past games that the Spitfire have had, and Swearingen has been looking a little rough from the running standpoint. The Spitfires certainly do like to throw the football, so might we see a different Keith Swearingen tonight as they'll check it down over the middle. That's Dan Daly with his first catch of the ball game, and another 1st down for the Spitfire, who have looked good here in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, they're definitely responding. They're in field goal territory at least. Let's see if they can get it in the end zone.
Certainly wouldn't be an easy field goal. It'd be about 43 yards from here, but they got a fresh set of downs. Swearingen going to hand it off, and he'll get stood up right around the 25-yard line. Couple different Fury members getting in there. Anthony Wayo is one of them coming up from the safety spot.
Yeah, it looks like they read that at the snap. Wayo's coming in at 5'11". I thought that was 6'11".
Geez, could you imagine?
Yeah, no. We have a lot of tall folks, though, in this league. It wouldn't surprise me too much.
2nd and 8. It's going to be a handoff to Swearingen. Gets around the 1st tackler. He's got daylight.
My gosh, go.
There's Wayo that finally gets him down at about the 6-yard line. We'll see an instant replay of that almost certainly.
What a great run off the right tackle. Swearingen reads the blocks, accelerates it past the line of scrimmage, and gets it 1st and goal, I believe.
He definitely got stopped right inside the 10-yard line there, right at the 6. Clock continuing to roll here as we hit 30 seconds to go here in the opening quarter. Spitfire in business, 1st and goal.
Okay, I can say they're in field goal range now, right, Eric?
I think that's safe. Drew is going to throw far sideline. He's got a man open. Farrell just couldn't quite keep the feet in bounds. He'll get a gain of 2, 2nd and goal.
It doesn't look like Drew was giving him any favors where he put the ball, but he grabbed onto it. If it was put a little bit ahead of him, I think he might have been able to punch it in.
So 2nd and goal, clock continuing to go. Might we get one more play here before the end of the 1st quarter? We will. It'll be a handoff to Swearingen, who gets stood up right at the line of scrimmage, and he will go no further as that will be our final play of the 1st quarter of action. No score so far to speak of. However, the Spitfire knocking on the door. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. We are live on YouTube.
Yeah, it looked like Swearingen was met at the line by a gang of tacklers. I know Max Johnson was one of them, but they were expecting that run and stopped him in his tracks.
Handoff again to Swearingen. Swearingen gets stood up again, and Anthony Wayo's been all over the place. Abner St. John, his buddy, getting in there and making a stop on 3rd and goal, so it's going to definitely bring up a field goal opportunity here for the Spitfire.
Yeah, that was a big stop for the Fury. Let's see if they can keep them from making the field goal.
It'll be about a 20-yarder from this distance. Good snap, got the snap down, kick up and away and through from 20 yards, so it's a 3-0 ball game in favor of the visiting Spitfire. Sitting at 3-6, and the Vegas Fury sitting at 4-4, just barely clinging on to a wild card playoff spot. The SFL is sponsored by APM Music, Production Music Library and Custom Music House, by Extraordinary Everest, heartfelt messages on the most extraordinary place on earth, by Bit Central and Fuel, transforming SFL media in 2019, and Harry's, all you need for a close, comfortable shave. Kick fielded at about the 10-yard line. Vegas bringing it up the field, and they'll get a good return out to the 30-yard line. Eric Vincent alongside Charles Doherty and EJ DeHue on stats tonight. I want to thank you guys for coming out. Charles, we've got a good ball game so far, man.
Yeah, so far, and the Fury shouldn't feel too bad keeping them to a field goal in that last drive. They've been putting up the Spitfire have been putting up a lot of points in the last couple games, so they should hold their head high.
Got a bunch of wide receivers to start this drive off. First and 10 from the 30 for Rahman. Hand off to Robert Redford, who gets a good burst of speed. He'll get out to the 34-yard line. Tackle made on the play by Brandon Haight, the newcomer to this defense.
Got decent run on first down, manageable 2nd and 6.
Offset I formation this time for Rahman. Spitfire stacking the box a little bit. Instead, Rahman's going to throw. He's got plenty of time. Finally, a penalty flag hitting the turf there as the ball also hits the turf. And we'll have to see what the laundry on the field is.
Holding, number 24.
We've got a defensive holding here, so an automatic first down for the Vegas Fury as it was called on Steve Vitak. You usually don't see defensive holding called a whole lot in our league, Charles.
That's right, especially with the veteran Vitak. He's been in the league for 3 years, and that's not something that you normally see out of Vitak.
We've had our fair share of MeUndies laundry on the field today as well. We usually don't get a ton of penalty flags. We've had 3 or 4 already in just a span of about maybe a quarter and a quarter. Rahman's going to throw. He's going to throw deep into the far sideline there. Excuse me. It's tipped and incomplete. John Blades, the intended receiver, but really good coverage by the Indy secondary.
Yeah, it looks like we could have got an interception there. It looks like number 20 knocked it out of the hands of the wide receiver. That was almost a big play on the offensive side. Good defense for Indianapolis.
Yeah, Peyton Ellison coming over to the free safety to make that play there. So a 2nd and 10 coming up now for the Fury from their own 39-yard line. Offset I formation. Rahman, deep drop. He's going to step up in the pocket, throw on the run. He's got his man down at the 36-yard line of Indy, and just like that, they're knocking on the door. What a throw by Thomas Rahman.
What a great throw. That's right down the middle. It looks like that was to... Was that to Farrell?
No, that was Brett Funk. That was who we were asking about earlier. How will he be used? And that was Brett Funk there with his first catch.
Oh, that's right, Brett Funk. Yeah, he was player of the game last week. Great play.
Dueling backs in the gun formation for Rahman, who will throw. He's got plenty of time again. He'll throw it to the near sideline this time. And again, he's got Brett Funk. Little toe drag swag there before he steps out of bounds on another first down.
That was a great throw, placed right where it needed to be, and a great catch by Funk.
Both these teams trying to stay relevant in the playoff conversation. Vegas just barely clinging to a wild card playoff spot right now. Indy with some more work to do, but certainly not out of the question, sitting at 3 and 6. Rahman to throw. He'll throw it over the middle again. He's got his man, and that's going to be first down yardage once again, this time to John Blades, who will be down at the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 coming up.
That was a great pass to Blades. He's 6'4", 226. Looks like he's got 3 touchdowns so far this year. Maybe they'll throw it to him again, make it 4.
Rahman with the quick snap. Checks it down, and he's got Redford. Redford throwing a nice stiff arm there, but didn't get much further as he threw it on Brandon Haight, but his buddies were there to wrap him up, only a gain of 3.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you who stopped him. It was about seven folks there on the Indianapolis side.
That's good pursuit on the defense. That's certainly what you need, especially when, like I said, you got plenty of work to get yourself into the playoff conversation. 2nd and 7 from the 8. Rahman to throw again. Got a man over the middle of the field, and that is complete. It will be a 1st and goal. However, we have more MeUndies laundry on the field as Poffo made the catch there. And this time we've got holding against the offense. Robert Redford, the guilty party, so they will move the Fury back 10 yards.
Yeah, he's going to kick himself over that one. It was a beautiful pass over the middle and a beautiful, beautiful catch by Poffo.
Man, oh man, we've seen a wacky game so far here. 2nd and 17 from the 18. Trips towards the top of the screen. Redford going to get the handoff, trying to redeem himself after the penalty. But he will get about 4 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd and 13 coming up here.
So let's see what they do. Do you think they're going to go for all of it, or just expecting maybe a pass in the corner to Funk?
Well, they certainly got 3 wide receivers down here to work with. We'll see if Rahman goes that way. Empty set. Rahman in trouble. He'll step up. Still in trouble. He'll throw it over the middle in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Las Vegas Fury.
Well, it looks like that was Simon Templar. But hey, it works either way. Right in the middle, caught him open. It looks like maybe they were playing a zone and there was soft there in the middle and they got a touchdown out of it.
There's certainly plenty of pressure there as Rahman had to step up a couple different times there to avoid the pressure. Delivers a strike to the back of the end zone to Templar. And Vegas takes their first lead of the ball game here. Matt Rage adds the extra point, so it is 7-3 in favor of the Fury. And man, oh man, does it get loud in this building.
Yeah, so let's see how Indianapolis responds on offense.
And the SFL is brought to you in part by Matt Doyle Designs, official design partner of the SFL. By MediaTek Institute. Visit mediatek.edu for diploma programs. Turn your passion into profession. The MeUndies, the world's most comfortable underwear for men and women. And a good boot there by Rage as it's fielded in the end zone by Hunter Jones. And Jones will make it out to the 22-yard line. And that's where the Spitfire will take over on offense again. We talked about this a little bit, Charles, but the Spitfire looking good on offense tonight. Got 3 points on the board. We'll see if they can take the lead again from the Fury on this drive.
Yeah, 3 points are okay, but in this league, you need to keep pace. So they need to start putting it in the end zone.
Single back in the backfield. Drew's going to turn around and hand it off to him. That is Swearingen, who gets a good chunk of 5 on first down.
Yep, good blocking up front. Swearingen had a hole, took it up 5 yards. 2nd and 5. Good offensive line blocking there by the Spitfire.
6:12 and counting to go here in the first half of play. 4 wide receivers for TD Drew, who's under center. He'll throw it quickly over the middle of the field, and it's a fumble. Recovered by the Fury with great field position. And
looks like Michael Ernest, maybe.
I can't believe that was called a fumble, though, Charles.
Yeah. Well, I don't think... Well, there's a challenge on them.
Got another close shave, close call challenge. Harry's close shave, close call. And we'll get another look here, Charles. First of all, I think Indy recovered the football, so we'll put that aside. Second of all, was this a fumble?
I don't know. It looks like he maybe got 1 step before he lost control of it, so it didn't look like a fumble to me.
After review, the play stands. The receiver did not have possession of the ball and is therefore incomplete. The Fury.
So the ruling is going to be
First down.
an incomplete pass. Vegas will be charged a timeout. And Indy is going to keep the ball. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 35. Drew to throw. He's going to throw to the near sideline, and he's got his man just past the first down marker. That's Trevor Farrell making a nice toe drag swag catch there, and that will move the sticks with the Spitfire.
And that was a great pass. I think they might have been playing off him, giving him that space.
Look at that,
and,
though.
Looks like Drew put it perfect on the sideline.
Gorgeous throw and catch there. We'll get you a quick score stream update here. Score stream, the official scoring app of the SFL. 21-10, your score at the half in favor of the Lobos at home in Dallas. 28-7, your score in favor of the Storm. They're in the second quarter in Alaska. Drew to throw. He'll throw it over the middle. Tipped it incomplete. Looks like it was Tom Van Allen coming in there.
Yeah. Looks like Van Allen had a hand on it.
Trevor Farrell, the intended receiver, was definitely in some traffic there. Probably not where he wanted to throw the ball.
No, not at all. That was a dangerous pass.
That brings
I'm
up
looking to see if big old Mike Johnson can punch it through that offensive line and get the quarterback.
That's true. He's been very quiet today. Drew to throw on 3rd and 9. He's going to want it all. He throws it to the far sideline. Intercepted. Going the other way are the Fury, and he's got blockers going the other way. That's Glass House. Getting the, oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong roster there. I'm so excited. I'm looking at the wrong roster. Thomas Rahman Jr. getting a pick there. Sorry.
Oh, the rookie steps up. That looks like that's his 4th interception of the year. He almost took it all the way to the house there. Great play. Great way to turn the momentum towards the Fury.
Well, it's one thing to get yourself in position to make the play. It's another thing to then just return it the other way. Like, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, that's really impressive, especially since he's a rookie.
First and 10 now from the 32 for the Fury. Redford getting the handoff to start things off, and he will get dragged down at the 30-yard line. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, let's see if they mix it up a bit here. I'd like to see if maybe they can hit him on the outside on a swing pass. Him being Redford, sorry.
3 wide receivers towards the bottom of the screen here. 2nd and 8 as the first half winding down. Robert Redford following blockers, and he'll make it out to the 24-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and short coming up here as Redford gets another good chunk of yards there, Charles.
Yeah, it was a good run up the middle. The offensive line made a decent hole for him, and 3rd and 2. Let's see what they. You think they're going to pass or run on this one?
They've been pretty happy with the pass. So they might be throwing it here, even though it's 3rd and short. They got Robert Redford. Sure enough, they will. They'll throw it over the middle. That's caught, and that's 1st down.
It looks like the big old tight end caught that one. 86. Randy Poffo again. Oh, sorry. Did I get the right guy there? No, sorry. Kurt King.
Yeah, Kurt King getting that catch there. But, yeah, Poffo got the one in the end, or that was shy of the end zone earlier.
Right. That's right. I'm getting my tight ends mixed up there, Eric.
They're all big guys. As Rahman throws it towards the corner of the end zone. What a dime there. Touchdown, Brett Funk. We'll definitely get another look at this, but man, what a pitch and catch here, Charles.
Yeah, it looks like he faked his man out into the corner. He was wide open.
And Steve Vitak on coverage there. I'm not sure what exactly happened. Maybe just a little bit of an okey-doke.
Yeah, he's normally all over that. I'm surprised that that happened on that play, but hey, he'll get another shot.
So Funk with a catch, Templar with a touchdown catch. Thomas Rahman looking good on the night as Matt Rage adds his 2nd extra point, 14-3. Your score in favor of the Fury. And this was exactly what they needed to do to make sure that they're staying within playoff relevancy here, sitting at 4-4 barely on the wild card spot right now.
Yeah, it's huge that they got to capitalize on the turnover, put it in the end zone as opposed to a field goal. It was a great response by the Fury offense.
Another great kickoff there by Rage. Hunter Jones fielding it from his own end zone. He'll make it out past the 20 to the 24-yard line. And that is where the Spitfire will take over once again on offense.
Yeah, let's see what TD Drew does. They're going to need to respond to this one because the way Vegas is playing, they're going to keep putting points up on the board.
3:06 left to go here in the first half. Bunch wide receivers towards the top of the screen for Indy. Drew to throw. He's going to throw deep over the middle into coverage and incomplete. That looked very, very similar to that play earlier, as it looks like Dan Daly is going to be out of the lineup. He's got cramps, and he might return a little bit later on.
Yeah, that was a dangerous pass. It looked like they had their whole secondary around that one.
2nd and 10 from the 24. Swearingen the single back. He'll get the handoff, following blockers, avoiding those arm tacklers there, but good pursuits by the Vegas Fury defense. That's Max Jackson getting in there and forcing the stop. It's going to be 3rd and long coming up here for Indy.
Yeah, I thought he was going to pop out to the outside and get a gain on that one, but Max Jackson came flying up there and knocked him on his keister.
You know, keister was the exact word I was going to use.
Yep.
Drew's going to throw. Swearingen getting it out of the backfield, but he just does not have enough speed to get past Merrick Itera, who drags him down at the 28. It's going to be 4th down, and we'll see another Indy punt.
Yeah, that was a huge stop for the Fury defense. Now they're going to get the ball back up by 11. If they put more points on the board by the end of the half, they're going to put Indianapolis in a real difficult spot coming out in the second half.
By the way, beautiful day for football. 62 degrees out here in the desert. And looks like Vegas was coming after it there. Barely got it off in Indy. And a little stiff arm there to get out of the first tackler did Max Jackson. And he will make it out to the 36-yard line. That's where the Fury will take over. And Charles, other than that first possession there in the first quarter, it's been all Vegas, really.
On both sides of the ball, very impressive. And they've got plenty of time here with 2 minutes and some change to get it in the end zone. So no panic. Just, stick to the game plan and see if you can punch it in.
Hand off to Redford. Redford had a burst of speed, but Brandon Haight, he's been a great addition here to the Spitfire defense. The Week 9 signing added to that defensive backfield there.
That's incredible. As a rookie free agent signing, as a rookie free agent myself, I'm impressed.
And we've hit the quick 2-minute warning here in Vegas. 14-3 your score in favor of the Fury. You're watching the SFL on YouTube, presented by APM Music. Second and 5 now from the 42. Vegas with 2 timeouts, losing 1 on a challenge. Rahman hit as he's thrown, but he got it to the near sideline there.
Oh, what a pass.
As Brett Funk goes out of bounds. Actually, they'll mark that as incomplete. I could have sworn that he got his foot in bounds there. That seems a bit rough.
Yeah, that looked like at least a good foot in.
But we won't see a challenge. It's going to be 3rd and 5 now. Rahman to throw. He'll throw it towards the near sideline again, tipped and incomplete. Thought we could have had an interception going the other way, but it falls incomplete. Johnny Bravo in coverage. Quip Design delivers simple ways to keep your mouth healthy with time vibrations. Brush head refills for $5, refilled every 3 months. Covered for life with free shipping for life. Use the link posted in the chat, and your purchase will help support the SFL through our partnership. Quip, a more wholesome clean.
Good job by the Indianapolis defense. Johnny Bravo could have made it his 5th interception, but he stalled the drive. That's all that they needed. Now they have the ball back with 150.
And Indy might have almost gotten to that punt there, fielded at about the 10-yard line. It's Hunter Jones, and he goes absolutely nowhere. We'll give him a couple yards out of pity and give him forward progress to the 12.
Yeah, I think they have plenty of time to get into scoring position. Let's see what TD Drew does.
And as good as Vegas has looked, you know, Indy is still within striking distance here in this ball game, so we'll have to see what they've got coming around here. Good handoff there by Swearingen, and he'll make it out to the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4 on that play.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they have a sense of urgency here, so maybe they're trying to run the clock out.
Yeah, certainly not in any sort of hurry, although with 3 timeouts, you got plenty of opportunity to get something going.
Now, the thing is, like to your point earlier,
as St. John actually knocks that down to the ground, it'll stop the clock, which is good for Indy, but just not a good-looking pass there. Sorry, go ahead, Charles.
No, I'm sorry. The Fury can't let Indy hang around in this game. They're dangerous. They can put the points up, so they need to execute when they get the ball back.
3rd down and long, though. 1:09 left to go here in the first half. Drew to throw. He's going to throw to the far sideline. That's caught by Farrell, and he will fall out of bounds. No, excuse me. That's Jet Christie as he falls out of bounds. It'll stop the clock at 1:05, but he will not get the yardage for the first down.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That always puzzles me when they do those routes on the wrong side of the chains.
Absolutely. You got to have it in your head. Okay, here's the first down marker. I'm running the route here.
But now it looks like Fury's getting it back with a minute left, and you know they're going to get in some decent territory.
Good boot there by Jake D'Antonio. As Max Jackson, a little stutter step there, and he'll make it out to the Vegas 46. So again, Charles, you're right. A good field position here, just under a minute to go. They got 2 timeouts, and they've got all the momentum right now.
Now let's see how they do. If they do a run, I'll be a little puzzled, but I have. They've got some great wide receivers. Let's see if they use them on the out routes.
That's also why we're up here in the booth and not coaching on the sideline.
That's right. That's right.
Rahman to throw, though. He's going to throw deep to the near sideline, and that's caught into coverage. John Blades coming up with the catch there as we get a look at the numbers from the 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable pass, unbelievable catch by Blades right on the sidelines, and I believe he stopped the clock as well.
Man, what a snag. Right in front of Johnny Bravo. .52 seconds on the clock. Didn't need to use a timeout there. What a catch. And got out of bounds.
So let's see if they try for the field goal or the touchdown.
Rahman in the offset eye. Short drop. He'll swing it out to his fullback. Had success with this play earlier. He gets about 4 or 5, and he gets out of bounds, which is key there. And that'll stop the clock. 47 seconds left.
It looks like they'll need to get maybe another 5 yards to be in range for Rage.
Second and 6, 2 backs in the backfield for Rahman. Rahman to throw. He's in trouble. He's hit as he's thrown, and he gets the football away. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Pressure provided by Will Clark on that play.
Yeah, he barely got that off. They would have been in bad straits if they would have sacked him at this point. It would have put him out of field goal range, definitely. And the clock would have been ticking. They'd had to burn a timeout.
We've had a handful of plays on this drive already that are like that, to where they just didn't have to use a timeout at all. Now with 5 wide receivers in the empty is Rahman. Rahman to throw. He'll throw it over the middle. He's got Funk. And he's also got a first down in the SFL red zone. They'll go no huddle here. Still with 2 timeouts. Clock ticking away.
Yeah, it looks like they were expecting maybe something on the outside because he was wide open in the middle.
Rahman in trouble, and he's going to go down. Sack made by the Indy defensive line. Looks like it was Eric Riley getting in there, and Vegas calls their second timeout.
Yeah, it looks like old Big 91 came in there and knocked him down to make him move him back from field goal range and make him call a timeout. Good response by the Indy defense.
Loss of 6 on the play, so still within Rage's range here, but it would definitely be a long one from 40 at this point. 5 wide receivers again in the empty pump fake. Rahman throws over the middle. He's got his man. He's going to rumble into the end zone. Touchdown, Fury.
Oh, what a great pass. It looks like it was just barely over the hands of the cornerback.
That's Marion Cabretti with a touchdown catch, so Rahman spreading the football around quite a bit here. Templar with a touchdown catch, Cabretti with a touchdown catch, and Brett Funk as well. All 3 of them with touchdown catches. And Rahman has looked impressive tonight, Charles.
Definitely. I had to do a double take on that one, Eric. I was looking for the number 16, but I was like, that says 17.
Oh, you're looking for the big stars, but hey, everybody's a star tonight, man.
Spreading the ball around.
That's what happens when you got a quarterback like Rahman back there. 6'5", 240, second season in the league, and man, he's looking good.
No doubt.
So Rage going to tee the ball up here. 22 seconds left on the clock. Indy with 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I don't know if that's enough time for them to make a mark, but we'll see.
I don't think so either, but Hunter Jones wisely just takes a knee in the middle of the end zone, so that'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line, and I certainly don't think that they've got enough time at this point.
Well, one thing you don't want to do is try and get too fancy and get the ball back to Las Vegas.
Bunched wide receivers towards the bottom of the screen. 18 seconds left to go here in the first half. Hand off to Swearingen, and looks like they're just going to take their medicine here and head on into the locker rooms like you suggested, Charles.
Yeah, that was a wise play. You know, they've got plenty of time to come back. They just need to regroup and figure out what they need to adjust, and I think they'll do fine in the second half.
21-3, your score in favor of the Las Vegas Fury here in Sin City. We have hit halftime. We'll roll the 2K Sports halftime show. You are watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music live on YouTube. We'll be right back in just a moment. And welcome back inside Las Vegas, Nevada, Sin City. Just a little bit off the strip here. 62 degrees at kickoff. It's a beautiful day for some football. And Indy won the toss to start things off. They got the opening kickoff, so they will go ahead and boot it downfield to the Fury, who have an 18-point lead already. Eric Vincent alongside Charles Darkety and E.J. DeHue in the stat truck tonight. And I want to thank you guys for coming out. Short kickoff fielded at about the 10-yard line by Max Jackson, who will bring it out to the Vegas 28-yard line. That's where they will take over. And, Charles, it's been all Vegas. There really hasn't been a whole lot of fireworks from the Spitfire offense tonight.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the job that Rauman's doing as a quarterback. It looks like he's got 165 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's a pretty good half.
All 3 of them to different wide receivers, too, which is equally impressive. 5 wide receivers to start things off. Rahman going to throw. Rahman in trouble. He's going to throw on the run over the middle. Tipped in the air. Incomplete. That was in triple coverage, it looked like, but still could have possibly threaded the needle.
Yeah, it looked like it was good that he got out of the pressure, but not so good where he put the ball. It was right almost into the other side's hands.
Brandon Haight out there in coverage. He's been all over the place today. Let's go look at Brett Funk's numbers. 4 catches, 69 yards. Yeah, a touchdown catch earlier in the ball game as well. Offset I formation for Rahman. He's going to do a little off-tackle handoff to Robert Redford, and he will make it out to the 32-yard line. Could have possibly gone for much, much more, but good pursuit there by the Indy defense.
Yeah, it looked like the hole was closed, and he bounced out and gained additional yards. That was an impressive run by Redford.
So now a 3rd and 6. Rahman to throw. Good pocket. Throws it towards the near sideline. He's got his man, John Blades. Blades is in a foot race. Is he going to get there? He'll be dragged down at the 6-yard line. Just couldn't quite make it there as Von Sanook chases him down.
Well, maybe he got a little gassed as he was starting to get close to the goal line, but wow, what a play.
Hey, Blades is a big dude, 6'4", 225, so it's very possible. He just kind of got a little
air
gassed
on that one. Did you see how high he went up there?
Absolutely.
He was hanging on the rim a little bit.
Very impressive by Vegas.
Yeah, look, at this point, it doesn't look like Indianapolis has anything to answer on defense to this Fury offense.
It just doesn't look like they have the tools available to them right now to kind of make this happen as they check it down to the fullback there. He gets right back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 2nd and goal coming up.
You know, Crow doesn't get the ball that often, but when he does, he's, you know, he wants to get on the highlight film, so it didn't work too much on that one.
Second and goal now from the 6. Rahman short drop. He'll throw it over the middle. He's got his man, and that's a touchdown, and I believe that's the 4th different wide receiver that's gotten a touchdown. That's Randy Poffo, who almost had one earlier.
That's amazing. His 4th touchdown of the game to the tight end. Didn't have any rush whatsoever. Had plenty of time to find the tight end going down the middle.
Absolutely. It didn't take him long to make that decision, and it's probably because he just didn't have any pressure in his face, so just fired it away, and sure enough, into the end zone again, and this Fury offense just firing on all cylinders. 4 touchdown passes tonight, all 4 to different wide receivers. This pass one to Poffo, the tight end, and the extra point up and through by Matt Rage, so it will be 28-3 in favor of the Fury, as the Vegas Fury fans here all smiles right now with 9:16 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, amazing job by Rahman, spreading it around to his receiving core. But I think that Indianapolis is going to have to put some more pressure on him, or he's just going to continue to put it in the end zone.
Spitfire have got to do something here. And Matt Rage booting these balls deep certainly aren't helping matters any. Hunter Jones, a talented return man, but he just hasn't been able to get anything going because of these deep kickoffs. He'll get it out to the 24-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like he had 2 touchdowns last week. He's been pretty quiet this week.
Well, unfortunately for Indy, the whole Spitfire offense has been a little quiet this week.
That's true.
Two backs in the gun with Drew. Drew's going to throw it over the middle into coverage and incomplete. And I believe that was Tom Van Allen in there again. He had a swat earlier in the ball game.
It looks like they were faking a blitz, and they dropped back into coverage, and it looks like it might have fooled Drew, and he threw into coverage.
Hey. 2nd and 10.
Spitfire coming to the line. Fury looking like they're playing a little man coverage here. Drew to throw. He's going to throw quickly towards the near sideline. He's got his man wide open. Finally chased down at the 25-yard line, but that was Jet Christie just jetting off the line and almost into the end zone.
Yeah, that's definitely the type of response we were looking for. Christie wide open, deep. Looks like he was he beat Rahman on that one, Thomas Rahman Jr. Almost got into the end zone, but a great play to help get some confidence in that Indianapolis offense.
Hey, and the football gods giveth, the football gods taketh away. Thomas Rahman Jr. with that impressive interception earlier in the ball game got burned there. But a good chase down tackle as Drew's going to throw here on first down. He gets hit as he's thrown, and they'll mark that as a catch. I'm not sure if he got his foot in bounds or not, but it's still going to be a loss of 1, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, that looked a little sketchy. He had some pressure. I was impressed he was able to get it away. I thought it was going to end a lot worse than it did. My 2nd and 11 is a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
So from the 25-yard line of Vegas, Drew is in the gun. Sidecar right is Swearingen. Drew over the middle. Good pursuit there. Good closure by Abner St. John to make the hit and jar the ball loose. That was certainly going to be a completion for sure to Trevor Farrell.
Yeah, St. John's having a heck of a night tonight. So far, he's the one person on offense, on defense that's really standing out to me.
Third and long now for the Spitfire. They need to get points on the board, preferably a touchdown at this point. Drew to throw. He's got time. He'll throw it towards the near sideline. And oh my God, what a pick! Thomas Rahman Jr. with his 2nd interception of the evening. This one's certainly the better of the two.
Well, let's go back to your football god comment. It goes both ways, and he responded on that one to get the interception.
Oh man, the football gods giveth once again. Thomas Rahman Jr. We're not worthy.
Took it away.
We're not worthy. Offset I formation. Great stop here for the Fury as Robert Redford, following blockers, cuts back to the middle of the field, and he gets a gain of 5 on that play. Man, oh man, the outstretching the fingertips, getting that pick, and then keeping control of the ball in one hand as he falls to the ground. Just very impressive.
Oh, yeah. The offense is sitting on the bench right now with their heads down on that one.
2nd and 5 from the 9 of Vegas. Another handoff to Redford. Sidesteps one defender. Forward, rushes forward ahead to the 18-yard line. And, man, he had the potential to go all the way there.
Yeah, that's the definition of a power run. I think he hit pretty much everyone in the middle of the field on defense before he was brought down by, looks like number 20.
I'll tell you another football term we can throw in there. Getting skinny. He was definitely getting skinny on that play, finding the holes. Of course, Redford 5'10", 200 pounds. Not really a whole lot of them there in the first place as he gets another handoff. Zorch is on forward to the 21-yard line, gain of 3 as he's got 45 yards tonight on the ground.
Yeah, 12 carries, 45 yards. Not breaking any records, but it's still early. If they keep handing him the ball and they have a lead like this, he could go over the century mark.
Rahman's going to throw this time. He's going to want it all, going deep, and that is incomplete. Good coverage out there by Johnny Bravo. He was looking for Brett Funk, and we'll get another look here.
Yep, the rookie Johnny Bravo. Good defense. had it in his hands. I think at this point of the game, it's those types of plays where you have to capitalize on and get the ball back.
So that brings up a 3rd and long for the Fury now. Four wide receivers, Redford in the backfield. Handoff to Redford. He gets about 2 or 3 on the play, and that's going to end up being a 4th down. And tackle made by just about everybody on that Spitfire defense. That was a good play there by Indy.
Yeah, that was a good answer by Indy. Now they get the ball back on this punt, and let's see if they can put that last series behind them and get it in the end zone.
Not the greatest of snaps there, but McRack able to grab it and then boots it way downfield out to the 30-yard line, where Hunter Jones will bring it up to the 37. Man, he's had a couple good-looking punts tonight.
Yeah. He's had some booming punts there. He's brought him out of trouble, which is great.
And that's key for, you know, ball clubs that are in the position that the Fury are in. Got to come out and play a complete ball game. And the offense has been looking great. The defense has been looking great. Special teams looking great. It's just very difficult to kind of rise above something like that, as Drew's going to hand it off to Swearingen, and again the defense coming up and making another play. And I believe that was St. John getting in there on the action once again.
What a game he's having. That's a tackle for a loss. I think for the year he's got 4. Let's move that up to 5 now.
Drew to throw again. He's going to throw near sideline this time. He's got Jed Christie as he was falling down on his tuchus, and he'll slide out of bounds to the 41-yard line. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, they're going to have to get this one. They're going to put them in a deeper hole if they get the ball back to Vegas.
Indy trying desperately to stay in this football game here. Flashes of brilliance here and there, but they've been flashes in the pan, unfortunately, so far. As Spitfire throwing it over the middle, T.D. Drew was looking for Hunter Jones, but he throws it into coverage, and again, it falls incomplete. Indy's going to have to punt again.
Yeah, he was surrounded by defenders, and it looks like Anthony Wyo was the one that got in there and knocked it down.
It's easy to point the finger at Thomas Rahman Jr. right now being the defensive player of the game, but, I mean, shoot, just about everybody on this defense has just been playing incredibly tonight. As Max Jackson fields it at about the 25, brings it out to the 28-yard line. Sorry, Charles.
No. I mean, I think, I think he had the, Rahman has the highlights, but I'm really impressed with what St. John is doing as well.
5:13 left to go here in the 3rd quarter of action. 28-3 your score in favor of the Vegas Fury. I formation for Vegas. Rahman takes the snap, throws quickly over the middle of the field, got his man, and Haight getting in there on the tackle, but that's Brett Funk once again with another catch and another 1st down.
Yeah, moving the chains on 1st down. It's going to be a good pass over the middle there, and it looks like he was a step or 2 ahead of the linebacker.
That's been the story pretty much all night. Either Rahman having a great pocket with time to throw the deep ball, or he just makes the quick decision, fires it over the middle, and somehow gets it to his receivers. Hand off to Redford, who is the outside variable here in the equation, and he rumbles forward for 12 and makes it out to the 45-yard line of Indy. Another 1st down for the Fury.
Yeah, they're hitting them with passes. They're hitting them with runs. It's really got the Indianapolis defense on their heels. They're going to have to tighten up here and keep them from a score, or it's going to get out of control. I haven't seen any. Have you seen any blitzes tonight? I don't think I've seen many on the Indianapolis side.
Yeah, I haven't seen a ton. And when the pressure comes, Vegas has been pretty quick to get there. There's only been a few instances where Rahman's been on his back as he throws another dime. Are you kidding me? Brett Funk goes up, climbs the ladder, grabs the catch, and passes the century mark for yardage tonight.
Yeah, he definitely got some air on that. He jumped way up there over the defender's outstretched arms and pulled it in.
Jeez Louise, into double coverage on top of that, too. Just a perfect throw by Rahman, perfect catch by Funk. And like I said, over the century mark for yardage tonight. Has a touchdown catch to his resume as well.
It's pretty much the same stats he had last week when he got player of the game.
We'll have to see who our extraordinary Everest player of the game will be at the end of this ball game. And Brett Funk, he is making a huge cry for himself to get player of the game once again as he makes another big catch.
Yeah, he's definitely getting on fire here in the second half.
Another first down, this time a 1st and goal from the 9. Rahman's under center. He will pass. Good pocket, throws it to the back of the end zone, and again, what a dime! In the back of the end zone, another touchdown catch for, or another touchdown throw, excuse me, for Thomas Rahman.
And it looks like, was that Funk that caught that?
I honestly didn't even get it. It is Funk.
Unbelievable. It's a tale of two teams here. The same throw on the other side gets not when Indianapolis does it gets knocked down. When it's on the Fury side, they find a way to pull it in.
Unbelievable. Funk with 2 touchdown catches tonight. Certainly separating his name from the pack right now. Low snap. Kick is still up and through by Rage, and the Vegas Fury are separating themselves from the pack right now as they take a commanding lead, 35-3. As we've hit the 3:06 mark in the third quarter, the SFL is brought to you in part by Movement, premium watches, sunglasses, and accessories, by Quip, perfect oral care delivered, by ScoreStream, the official score updates app of the SFL, and by SpyGoat, the sound choice. And another big boot by Rage into the end zone. Hunter Jones has no choice but to bring it out, and he makes it out to the 24-yard line where the Spitfire will take over again. And Charles, the name of the game at this point is just points on the board.
Definitely points on the board. They've got themselves in a pretty big hole, and they need to start putting something up on the scoreboard here.
Vegas definitely with a big bounce-back game here as they won a close one against Carolina last week. As Swearingen gets a handoff here for 2 yards. He's looked pretty good tonight as he has almost 60 yards on the ground.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, we say they have to put points up, but they can't. They can't panic and do something. Something foolish. Like I think they got to continue to have a mix on their plays. Run it every now and then and mix it up with a pass, or it looks like the defense is going to expect what they're doing.
Drew to throw, takes a deep drop, throws it over the middle of the field. That's caught, and Dane Daly making an appearance back in the ball game after he was out with leg cramps earlier, and gets him a first down on that play.
Yeah, he's coming off a big game last week where he caught 3 touchdowns against St. Louis. He's not so active today, but that was a pretty good play for him.
And a crazy ScoreStream update here. It's a 1-score game in Vancouver. It was 28-6 at one point in favor of Sioux Falls. Vancouver has come back to within 8 points with 1:30 to go in the fourth quarter of action on the SFL family of networks. Here is a 35-3 score as Trevor Farrell gets a 4-yard gain out to the 47-yard line of Indy. Yeah,
it looks like he was looking at the sidelines. I'm not.
Drew to throw. Pocket collapsing around him. He'll throw it to the far sideline. Almost a diving catch there by Jet Christie, but good defensive presence by the Fury. And that ends up being another 4th down for Indianapolis.
Yeah, the pocket was definitely collapsing on him, but he did have the presence of mind to throw it out, so better than taking a sack or possibly fumbling it.
Got another score stream update for you. The Dallas Lobos continuing their winning ways with a 31-20 win in Dallas over the Carolina Skyhawks, who have now been eliminated from playoff contention. 4th and 1. Indy's got no choice here but to go for it. Although they might be trying to draw Vegas off sides, and it's not going to work. Burn a timeout here, and man, oh man, just nothing going right for the Spitfire tonight.
Definitely not. Yeah, when they let the clock get down that low, you know, they're just waiting to see if the defense is going to jump.
And TD Drew having to talk with the old ball coach on the sideline there, and it's just been nothing going right for the Spitfire in this ball game, trying to keep themselves optimistic and keep themselves in the ball game here. But this Vegas Fury team has just been unbelievable tonight.
Most definitely. You know, Indianapolis is a pretty young team, so this is good experience for them. I think they're going to bounce back here next week and going into next year.
Absolutely. Another good punt by Indy, and that one down at the 1. So might we see a swing of momentum here? It might be a little too late, but we'll see. 1:05 left to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Fury having to go 99 yards to put another score on the board.
Well, at this point, I'm not sure they need to go 99. They just need to take some of that time off the clock.
Yeah, 32-point lead will kind of do that for you. So 1st and 10 from the 1, handoff to Redford. Redford going sideways, finally going north and south, and he'll end up getting 5 yards out of the deal, out to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he didn't. It looks like the hole closed up on him. He bounced out and got 5 yards on it. It looked like it was going to end pretty badly when I first saw it.
Ball at the 6-yard line.
Now 2nd and 5, inside a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. Rahman to throw this time. In trouble. He'll shuffle in the pocket. He launches one in the air, and it falls incomplete. That was a bit of a rainbow pass there as he throws it on the run, but good coverage by the Spitfire. Could have easily came up with the pick.
Yeah, that was dangerous. I'm not sure what kind of pass that was, but yeah, he was throwing it into coverage, and that could have been pretty bad for Rahman.
Ball at the 6-yard line.
So now 3rd and 5. Trips towards the bottom of the screen, handoff to Redford, has some room towards the bottom, and he plows through a defender out to the 14-yard line, and Vegas will move the sticks again.
That was a big play for Las Vegas to take any chance out of Indianapolis's hands here of stopping them. It was a good block up the middle, and he read the hole right and took it in for a 1st down.
Peyton Ellison, unfortunately, getting the brunt of that stiff arm there, that shoulder thrust from Robert Redford. We might see one more play here. We will for the end of the 3rd quarter. Throws over the middle. That's Brett Funk once again, who has just been absolutely all over the place today. Almost 150 yards through the air, catching the football and 2 touchdown catches as well.
Yeah, he's definitely having a game today. Again, he looks like he was 2 or 3 steps ahead of his defender in a perfectly thrown ball.
And we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter. 35-3 your score in a landslide in favor of the Fury. You're watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. We are live on YouTube. And welcome back inside the broadcast booth. Eric Vincent alongside Charles Doherty. And we've got EJ DeHue on stats tonight. Final score from Vancouver. Sioux Falls does hang on, although it was a nail-biter, 28-20. The away game victory for the Sparrows in Vancouver, as John Blades gets another toe-tapping catch and will move the sticks once again for the Fury. How many catches like this are they going to make tonight here, Charles?
Yeah, it seems like every throw they have is toe drag swag or jumping 17 feet up in the air over the defender. It's amazing.
And hey, who doesn't love some toe drag swag? I mean,
that's right.
Am I right? Bunched wide receivers towards the bottom of the screen for Rahman. He's under center. He's got Redford in the backfield. Rahman takes the snap, throws it over the middle. He's got Redford all alone over the middle of the field. And he got plenty of yardage out to the 40-yard line where it's going to be another first down.
Yeah, that was a great play down the middle. He was wide open until he ran into the wall of hate.
The wall of hate. I like that. I wonder if they're going to keep that one. Two backs in the backfield for Rahman. He's going to throw again. He's in trouble, though, and crunch. Down to the turf he goes. And that was one of the few mistakes we've seen from Rahman tonight as James Dunn gets a sack.
Yeah, it looks like the pass protection broke down. They may have sent an extra person in there as well, and James Dunn made a beeline for the quarterback and brought him down. Great play by the defense.
So now second and forever for the Fury. 5 wide outs for Rahman. He's in the gun. Rahman has time this time, throws it to the far sideline. John Blades with the tippy toes, but doesn't quite get him in. Referee calls him out of bounds. It's still going to be third down and forever.
Yeah, it amazes me that the team's up by 35-3, and they snap the ball with 12 seconds on the play clock.
It is a bit of a head scratcher. You'd think you'd be running the football right now, waiting until about, maybe 10 at most on the play clock. As Rahman takes another snap, he'll throw it deep over the middle of the field, and he is just dropping dimes everywhere tonight.
That's insane. Funk was blanketed on that.
There's no reason he should have made that catch.
It looked like VTAC. I don't know. I didn't see who the other guy was, but they were like bookends on him, and he pulled it in.
No reason he should have made that catch. Johnny Bravo and that was actually Connolly, I think.
Oh, okay.
Were in coverage there, but yeah, like bookends. Still thread the needle. Great throw by Rahman. Great catch by Funk.
I guess, we're the only two in the stadium that want to run the clock out.
I suppose. Rahman still wants to throw some fireworks here as he steps up in the pocket. He's got all day. He's going to eventually run the football. We don't see that a ton from him.
I can say this is my first season with the SFL. That's the first quarterback run I've seen.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
So, there you go.
There it is. Just 9 yards on the scamper. Jeez.
He had some wheels.
2nd and 1 from the 14 into the SFL red zone again. Rahman takes the low snap, shuffling around, throws it far sideline. He's got John Blades, and they're going to mark him incomplete. Couldn't quite get the foot in bounds, but again, these great we've just seen a clinic being put on by Thomas Rahman tonight.
That's amazing. I was expecting the arms to go up in the air on that one for a touchdown.
I know, because that's just what the night has been.
I held my breath there for a second. It's like, oh, no, not another one.
That has just been what the night has been for the Vegas Fury. 3rd and 1 from the 14. Handoff, which we haven't seen a ton of this drive, to Robert Redford, and he plows forward for just enough yardage to make it a first down. They'll mark him just outside of the area for the 1st and goal, so it'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, they get a first down, and Eric, the clock is running, but, let's see what they do with it.
1st and 10 from the Aces, 10 yards. Let's go, Dave! We gotta set the run
down, right? Handoff to Robert Redford again. We haven't seen a ton of those on this drive, and he gets a couple yards, makes it out to the 8, and 2nd and 8 coming up.
I think that was a good play. Maybe I'm old school, but I think he down a little bit here. 361 yards is not a bad day, my friend.
No, certainly not. Rahman to throw again. He'll throw it over the middle, and again, he somehow threads the needle. Funk only getting a couple on that play, but there's no reason that he should be making these catches at this point.
Yeah, I don't know how he caught that one. That was, again, that was into well-covered territory.
Snap by Rahman. Rahman's going to throw. Got a wide open man. Touchdown, John Blades. And that is just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, he was wide open. It looks like number 21, Sinna, went the wrong way. I think he was expecting him to go in when he went out.
Just absolutely incredible tonight as Vegas just took a commanding lead to start things off and never looked back. Actually, I take that back. Spitfire got the first points of the ball game on the board, and then after that, Fury, it was just nonstop from there.
Now, last week, the Fury only scored 17, and I guess they're making up for it this week.
Well, it's funny. Both teams did a complete 180 of what had happened in last week's games. Indy put up a ton of points on St. Louis. And Vegas just barely kind of kept themselves in the ball game. And we just seen it completely turn around for both these ball clubs. And Vegas really being the one that needed to show us that they belong in the playoff conversation, and they certainly have done that tonight.
Yeah, they definitely have. I mean, when I went back and looked at their games, they lost a couple real close ones, a bunch of nail biters there. So they could, I think they could easily have been, 6-2, 5-3 coming into this game.
.655 left to go here in the ball game. TD Drew throws it towards the far sideline there on a crossing route and incomplete. And, Van Allen has been all over the place tonight as well.
Yeah, that was good defense by him. One more step, and I think he could have had that and taken it to the house.
So 2nd and 10.
I think they need to take a page from Vegas and maybe throw it to the sides a little bit, maybe medium route.
Well, and the thing is, they're just not drawing any man coverage, it looks like. Otherwise, they've got good wide receivers that can beat these corners off the line. But they're being forced to just hand the ball off to Swearingen, who, again, he's been doing decent enough in this ball game. But when you're down by 39 points, handoff's not necessarily the way to go anymore.
That's right. Yeah, I think Vegas is kind of daring them to throw deep on them.
Two backs in the backfield, 3rd and 7 in the gun. Drew throwing over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Again, spectacular defense. And again, that's Tom Van Allen, one of the backup corners, playing like he belongs on the football field.
Yeah, definitely. Almost had both hands on that one.
Should have had both hands on that one. If he did, it just kind of squirted out there like a bar of soap. Yep, sure enough.
Yeah, again, I think they need to start maybe aiming to the sidelines a little bit more and maybe ease up on down the middle. I think Vegas might have their number on that.
4th and 7. Not much for Indy to do here. Certainly can't go for it and risk Vegas putting up more points, so might as well punt the football, take your medicine here. Good hang time there by D'Antonio, and fielded at about the 40-yard line was Max Jackson. He'll bring it out to the 42-yard line like they need anything at this point.
That's right.
42-3 your score. Eric Vincent alongside Charles Doherty. And it's been a heck of a ride here for Indy tonight. Scored the first 3 points. And after that, it's been all Vegas.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be a lot tighter game than it was.
Absolutely. Rahman in trouble, though, and the Indy defense gets there. And I think that's only been the 2nd sack that they've had all game tonight. But good play there by the linebacker, James Dunn, and I think that's his 2nd sack here tonight.
Yeah, it looks like it was another breakdown on pass protection for Rahman. It doesn't happen a lot, but definitely did on this play.
2nd and 17 from your Fury.
So 2nd and a mile coming up from the 35 of Vegas. Penalty marker on the field. Some MeUndies laundry. Ball going deep and tipped and incomplete. Looking for John Blades on the far sideline, but I'm pretty sure that was a free play.
Neutral zone infraction, number 56. Defense, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
And Fury will take the free 5 yards there, as they couldn't quite make the hookup there on the far sideline.
So I did make a comment on the last play about protection breaking down, and it's an important note here, or interesting note here. Rahman's been sacked the most out of any quarterback in the league at 34.
Good stat there as Rahman throws it over the middle of the field. That's caught, and it's funny. That's actually the fullback making the catch, which is odd enough. But looking in the power rankings today, which, by the way, great job by our beat writing staff, they actually called out Vegas a little bit and said, hey, we've got you down at 12 here, and you guys could be doing much, much better. You know, what's going on? You got to show us something. And shoot, they answered the bell.
Most definitely. A very loud, more like a cannon.
Yeah, like a cannon, a gong, perhaps. You know,
Across
something.
the bow.
Yes, something loud and resonant, because good grief. Just a perfect game, and they're looking for more. And that falls incomplete.
Oh, wow.
Blades again. He's been thrown to plenty tonight. And man, oh man, there's been plenty of dimes from Thomas Rahman. I think he just maybe ran out of gas at this point.
Well, you know, you're up 39 points. You know, I guess you would surprise him with a 50-yard bomb.
The Aces, 45 yards.
5:02 left to go in the ball game. Rahman in trouble. Sidearm in. He's got a wide open man. One of the tight ends out to the 32-yard line of Indy. And man, Vegas is just, they keep on churning.
Yeah, move the chains. And not so much clock getting eaten up, but, you know, it's keeping it out of the hands of Indianapolis.
And speaking of Indianapolis, they're going to get a late season bye, as they will have an off week in week 11. Vegas, on the other hand, prepping for a international flight out to Queensway to take on the London Knights next week, which will be a good game.
Oh, most definitely. My team's on bye this week, and I'm not a big fan of the bye week. I love watching my team play.
You always get a little antsy on bye weeks. It's like, man, I'm used to game days. What's going on? I can't see it. I can't play. What's going on?
Maybe I'll do an extra stat game.
Hey, I'm good with that. So we hit 4 minutes left to go here in the ball game. So we got to look at James Dunn, who's done a good job here tonight. He did have 2 sacks and a few more tackles added to his resume tonight. As Rahman finally taking a page out of your book, Charles, and bleeding the clock down a little bit more. Snap of the ball, about 10 to go on the play clock. And a good rush there. I believe they put the second unit in. And makes it out to the 28-yard line.
Yeah, now it's time to burn the clock out. Get the bus fired up and go home.
And we'll see Cole Trickle, the backup quarterback here, number 3, 6'4", 235. I wonder if he's a distant cousin of Dick Trickle, the old race car driver.
It's a most unfortunate name.
Right. 3 wide receivers towards the top of the screen. Handoff to the backup running back, Simon Phoenix. As he brings it upfield to the 25-yard line. 4th and 3 coming up here for Indy. Or, excuse me, for Vegas. I'm so used to saying that tonight, I guess. But in all seriousness, though, you know, we've kind of ragged on Indy a little bit tonight. But, I mean, shoot, when a team plays like this, there's really not a whole lot that you can do to really stop this from happening, as they're about to add more points on the board here. Matt Rage coming on. It's going to be a lengthy field goal, 42 yards. Good snap, good hold by Trickle as Rage boots it up and through. So certainly not a gimme from 42, but more points added to the board by the Fury.
Yeah, Matt Rage, looks like he's got a 93% field goal percentage, so he just adds to that.
Quite impressive. So 45-3 your score. Still a packed house here in Vegas. Hunter Jones fielding it from his own end zone, bringing it right up the field. And good pursuit there by the special teams unit of Vegas. And 2:15 left to go here in the ball game for Indy. So this pretty much shuts the door on their playoff hopes. I don't know what the official word is yet from headquarters as far as that goes, but I do believe that this will be pretty darn close here to being out of the running.
Yeah, I think, you know, like the coach told me at the beginning of the game, that, you know, his goal is to prove that they're headed in the right direction. I think they've got the right talent on the team. I think they've got the right leadership with the team. It's just that's unfortunately this week didn't end like the way they wanted it to.
And we've hit the quick 2-minute warning here in Vegas. 45-3 your score. You've been watching the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. We are live on YouTube. Two minutes to go here. Eric Vincent alongside Charles Doherty. It's been all Vegas tonight as Drew just trying to save face a little bit for his Spitfire. And what an interception. Was that Thomas Rahman Jr. with another interception?
Jr. Yeah, I don't know. That looked pretty close. Let's see. Let's look at that on the replay. See if he got.
Oh, no way. That was Lornax, one of the backup corners, getting in there. A little tip drill there by Rahman Jr. He should get the assist for that.
Oh, I missed that completely. That was amazing.
Oh, my goodness. So this will pretty much wrap things up if it didn't already beforehand. Trickle to throw. He's going to throw it, and a diming attempt made at the catch falls incomplete. And we would take a word from Quip. Quip Design delivers simple ways to keep your mouth healthy with time vibrations. Brush head refills for $5, refilled every 3 months. Covered for life with free shipping for life. Use the link posted in the chat, and your purchase will help support the SFL through our partnership. Quip, a more wholesome clean. 2nd and 10 now from the 34. Offset eye for Rahman. Or no, excuse me, it's Trickle in now. Second unit in for the Fury. Good handoff out to the 35-yard line. Indy uses their second timeout. They'll have one remaining.
You think Trickle may have audibled on that last play just to get a completed pass in on the stat book?
Look, they don't get a whole lot of options here to get in the ball game, so I certainly wouldn't be surprised if old Trickle was just like, you know, I'm going to call my own number on this one. Trickle, pressure coming in his face. He'll go down. And we've seen a little bit of that, but certainly not enough from the Spitfire defense as they call their third and final timeout.
We get to see what McRack does with that Thunderfoot of his.
Man, and it has been a Thunderfoot tonight. Again, just nothing that Indy could do to really slow this down because the Fury have just been incredible. Good snap. McGrack got the hang time, going to try and pin him deep. It's just going to fall out of bounds, and it'll fall out at the 12, so that's one inside the 20 for the punter, and that's what you look for there. That's the name of the game, and that's going to be tough.
Looks like he was shaking his head on that one, but I'd be happy with the 12-yard line.
I mean, shoot, it didn't get nailed at the 5 like one of his others earlier, but I'd be happy with the 12.
Yep.
3 wide receivers for Drew. TD Drew to throw. Hit as he's thrown, and he finds a man over the middle of the field. That's Trevor Farrell. They're going to go no huddle here. No, excuse me, Jack Christie.
Yep, let's see if they can get some points on the board. They've got 1:26 left. No timeouts, though.
Come on, Indy. Let's get the touchdown on the board here. Out route there to Dan Daly for a good chunk of yards. 3rd and 1. Drew takes the snap. Pressure coming in his face. And that's going to be a first down as we hit a minute and counting.
Yeah, they're not moving it too far, so it looks like time's not on their side, obviously, but down a little farther than that. These dink and dunks aren't going to work.
Not a great formation to be doing the no huddle in, just because there's not a ton of options in the playbook. And Swearingen's going to get nailed as he just crosses the line of scrimmage. Didn't get out of bounds, so the clock continues to roll here inside of 30 seconds. Drew throws it over the middle, tipped, and incomplete. Man, that had a weird little ricochet there.
Yep, it looked like it was on his shoelaces.
So 4th and 3 with 24 seconds left to go. See what Indy's got in the bag of tricks.
That was a shot of Mike Johnson. He was pretty quiet tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike Johnson, old Fats Johnson himself, just has not been very active tonight. Probably the only bad thing we've said about Vegas tonight. Low snap. Drew's going to throw it deep. Beat him off the line is Christie.
You go.
Great call there as they're able to go no huddle here. Might be setting them up nicely here. They're going to spike the ball. And they will clock it with 8 seconds left to go here. So definitely plenty of room for them to aim for the end zone and hopefully get a touchdown on the board.
Let's end this game on an exciting play.
TD Drew's got a gun, too. He's not the 7th overall pick in the last rookie draft for nothing. Going Hail Mary here. Snap taken, pressure coming, and oh, man, that was not what you wanted from Indy.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to have enough time here.
The ball game ends on a sack, 45-3, your score, and it was a runaway here in Sin City. We'll roll the 2K Sports post-game show, and Charles, there's really not a whole lot left to say that we haven't said already. Almost 500 yards of total offense by the Fury tonight.
Yeah, they really came to play today. You know, again, last week they only put 17 up. They really came out on fire. And it was hard for Indianapolis to keep up. They were just, going up against a team that was hungry, trying to stay in the playoffs.
And we'll go over these stats briefly here while we see the big plays. Rahman, 6 touchdown passes, almost 400 yards of passing offense. And one of the better plays, as you see there, by Christie, getting past Rahman Jr., who had himself a heck of a ball game, Charles.
That was probably my favorite play, the one in the end zone touchdown pass to, was that Funk?
That was Funk. That was one of his several today. Dan Daly, he was quiet today. Was out of the ball game for a little bit there, had some leg cramp issues, got back in just too little too late for Indy as Rahman just put on a clinic. Balls that should not even have been remotely caught, receivers coming down with, and it was just incredible to watch.
Yeah, you also have to give credit to that Fury defense too. They really stepped up and shut down a pretty decent offense.
3 turnovers, all interceptions. That last one was pretty swanky to watch as we get a tip. There it is right there by Rahman Jr.
Yeah, it's just silly.
It's just unbelievable. There's no way he should have done that. Abner St. John, 10 tackles on the day today. Brandon Haight with 10 tackles as well. So Indy's in a good spot. They're going to be looking good here in the future, just not their day tonight.
Yeah, they definitely have the leadership, and they also have the talent. So I'm expecting great things from them.
And now your extraordinary Everest player of the game, Thomas Rahman. Who else? 28 of 38, 397 yards, 6 touchdowns, and he had that scramble earlier in the ball game to boot. On behalf of Charles Doherty and all the good people down in SFL headquarters, deep in the heart of Texas, my name is Eric Benson. Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. We will see you guys in Week 11 coming up next week. Good night.